I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to this incredible event. It really has been very nice, put on by Plessers. We're Qoldfusion. My daughter's right there, Crystal. She's my boss. She runs the company, basically.
It's true.
And has to keep me in line, which is never an easy thing to do. And thank you, Mark and Alan. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, all right. Anyway, so let me give you a little background about Qoldfusion. So, Dale Seiden, of course, Crystal Seiden, and we are a family business, which I'm proud to say. My background is I've designed and built restaurant kitchens for most of my career. And back in 1995, I started at a company called Lynx Grills, which you see over there. That was my company. Sold that in '99 and then started out Fresco Grills. So yeah, I like the outdoor space a lot. But I really come from that culinary environment, designing restaurant kitchens, and I've always been about bringing the restaurant to the home, which is kind of a neat thing because people do like to have that restaurant inspiration, quality, of course, performance of commercial. And so I've always been about that. And fast forward, in 2004, I decided to come out with, I was looking for the next very cool thing, no pun intended, but cool thing for the residential space, bringing the restaurant to the home. And what better thing, I thought in my mind, than bringing a walk-in refrigerator, introducing one for residential use. But I really had come up with the idea of that, but it was really a commercial walk-in. Commercial walk-in refrigerators, they're not pretty on the inside, as anybody that's been in one can attest to. They're also not fun to walk into. It's like you get in, if you worked in a restaurant, or if you go to a Costco, the produce department in a Costco, you want to get in, grab what you got, what you need to get, and get the heck out. So now fast forward to 2017. I sold my half of Alfresco and decided to get back into the walk-in that I'd put on the back burner for several years. And I got together with, I have a partner in the business who is an amazing, he's a guru in commercial refrigeration. The guy is just top-notch. And I decided to get into it, and I told, again, and I said to, by the way, this is crazy, his name is Dale as well. It's absolutely nuts to have two Dales in a company. I'm the crazy one, he's a little more grounded, so we balance really well. Crystal kind of tries to keep us both balanced, which is a full-time job in itself. So I got with Dale, and I said, look, here's what we need to do. I've got a lot of experience now in this luxury appliance business. I said, we need to come out with a walk-in that just, first of all, just makes people go gaga for it. Make it beautiful aesthetically, but we need to make it comfortable when you walk into it. We can't have somebody walking in and have this air just constantly blasting, having this loud noise, and get in, get out. It takes the fun out of it. So, hence, here we have Qoldfusion. We created the most amazing air management system in this that is patented. We have already gotten the patent granted, and if anybody's ever gotten a patent before, it's an arduous process. We didn't have, out of 23 claims, not one question back. That's how unique this system is. So when you walk into it, you literally don't feel any air hitting your body whatsoever. It could be 36 degrees inside, and because of the way we've created this system, your body is just like, it's an incredibly tranquil, comfortable experience in there. And you're going, how could that be? But Crystal could tell you, and I'm going to tell you now, we just did a project in Sonoma, California, beautiful house, has the exact same unit that's on display here. And we had people at an open house, there were 250 people. It was the talk of the whole place. It's a spec home, by the way, which isn't unusual for people to spend this kind of money for a spec house, because it is a feature that absolutely is a showstopper, big time. But these people walked in and they felt, they're going, is the refrigerator on? Yeah. Feel the bottles, oh my God, it's freezing. How come I don't feel it? And that was the first time I really experienced somebody experiencing the incredible experience they get inside this walk-in. And so it was really fun to see that. But we really created something that has just not only been the talk of the industry, it's so beyond our expectations as to what I thought we'd get out of it as far as excitement from designers, architects, builders, and of course homeowners. It's like people are calling us. We had somebody just send us an email today, I believe we got it, Chris, I'm not sure, but came in and they redesigned a house around the walk-in refrigerator, and they said it's the first time they've ever done that, but they're so excited about getting it. So it really is an amazing product from that regard. Some of the other things we've done, so it's not just a walk-in refrigerator, as you can see here. It's also, we have an internal reach-in freezer column system that we created for it, so it gives you the best of both worlds. So you walk in, you got your refrigerator, all the great storage, easy access, the shelving's unbelievable, it's comfortable, but then you open another door inside and there's your freezer column on the inside. So it's pretty amazing. Then the other thing we added just this year, which is on this display as well, and it's on that house in Sonoma, is a grab-and-go door on the exterior. So that's for your everyday essentials. So you don't have to walk in for your eggs, your juice, cheese, whatever. It just kind of finishes the whole thing and makes it a product that is, it's just blowing people away. It's blowing us away. Seriously, we are so excited about the excitement of this product out in the marketplace. But I'm just going to kind of run through with you. Another thing we did is you can see right here, and you can see on the display, we also have these, they're in patent pending, and I'm very confident we're going to get the patent. Our hinging system is incredible as well. So the hinging system is actually, it's concealed, it's fully articulating, which translates to fully integrated installations. So this thing will blend into your cabinets just like a column refrigerator will do. Nobody's ever done that with a walk-in refrigerator. So it's aesthetics, it's comfort, it's super efficient in its cooling capability. By the way, I'm kind of going back a little bit here, but because the air management system is so efficient, it's delivering to every cubic inch of the interior, yet you don't feel it. It is distributing the exact same temperature to every cubic inch inside. That translates to food preservation. That's what food preservation is all about. When you have differentials of temperature, that's when molecular aspects of food starts to, it starts to get weird taste, it starts to perish. This thing's amazing. We are getting 2 to 3 weeks longer for produce, for anything on the inside of this because of the consistency of the cooling. So that system is, which is the real secret sauce to it, is pretty crazy, pretty amazing. But let me go through. By the way, this is Charity Morgan. This is the first installation we did, which was in Nashville, Tennessee. She's a celebrity chef, plant-based chef. Crystal did all the styling in there, by the way. Crystal's also a chef, so she was really good at that. And but Charity, she's on our social channels talking about how it's her favorite item in the entire house. Forget about appliances. It is her favorite. Now she's a chef, so she really appreciates what this delivers for her experience. And you can see how you could set different, there's so many things you could do with the shelving. It's so easy to organize, so easy to access stuff. Regular refrigerators only allow like the first 6 inches of a shelf to be able to access something. Otherwise you got to remove stuff and grab behind, right? Well, if you look at the inside of that, the way the shelving is, with the space of the shelving and just the way it's designed in there, the access to food is unbelievably easy. So it's a real good, it's a one-stop shop in your house. You walk in, you see everything right there. You grab, you go. It's really quite the experience. So this is what Charity's looks like. It's actually a hidden door because we didn't have our fully articulating concealed hinges at that time, which she said afterwards, she goes, "Can I change it?" I go, "No, it's good. You'll have to rip your cabinets out and everything else," but she still loves it. It's just an amazing experience, like I said. So at its core, we are a commercial walk-in refrigerator, which is really key. We want to have those insulated panels that are 4 inches thick, and we have an insulated floor as well, always. We have gone to the nth degree to prevent from condensation, to hold temperatures internally. All the things that I know from the commercial world where we can't have food perish because people get sick, we've really gone to the nth degree to make this just hold that temperature inside. So we go to these what we call insulated panels. They're polyurethane shot in place foam. It's got an R value of 48, which is the highest R value of any appliance in the world. I mean, it's crazy, but you need that. From there, we go to our air management system, which I went through with you, but just to show you where the blue lines are, the air comes out, returns to the ceiling, gets pulled to the outside. The whole ceiling is a plenum, so it actually pressurizes with air, and then it pushes that air down these plenums on the side walls. Those pressurize and just allow that air to come out at a very slow rate of speed, so you're not feeling it. It's not uncomfortable, and it's quiet on top of that. These are different door styles you can get. So you can get a solid door, stainless. You could get a viewing window like we have over here. Obviously, fully integrated for your overlay panels to go on there. And our hinges, each hinge, there's 3 on each door, on any entrance door. Each hinge, which is the patent pending hinge that we created, holds 350 static pounds of weight, which is incredible. And yet you could open the door with your pinky. And you can never get locked in. From a safety aspect of it, there's no way to get locked in this thing. Sometimes you want to lock somebody in there, so put a padlock on it. Or hold the door, get up against it or something. But honestly, the other thing is, when it's hot outside, if you want to cool down fast, just get right inside. The freezer works on the same air management system, that same linear diffusers. Some people have talked about, because it gets so cold, you can get to -10 in our freezer, which is insane. And it'll get down to that temperature in less than 30 minutes. You could take the shelves out and walk in there and have your cryotherapy. I'm not kidding. People have talked about doing that. So they're a little nutty people out there. Not that I'm not nuts. Anyway, these are the remote pods for the refrigeration system. So they're very small. These are actually larger ones when you have to go more than 150 feet of distance. But we run those lines, we come to the house, we do everything. We're a contractor's dream, an architect's dream, a designer's dream, because we are dialing this thing into what everybody wants, and we're doing all the work. We're making this a great experience from the get-go. The floor that we use, what you see in there, it's really an amazing product. You can get it in 9 different colors, and it is fungi resistant, number one, because people say, what if I'm walking in with my, I was just at the airport, and I go in my walk-in refrigerator. It's fungi resistant, easy to clean, and non-slip. And the non-slip is the next most important thing, because in a cold environment, if anything drips on that floor, it's never going to evaporate. Even water won't evaporate because of that cold temperature on the floor. So it always stays really slippery. So you want to keep that safety aspect to it. Even the threshold that you see right when you walk in, the first thing you step on, that threshold, is actually a heated threshold with a spillage trough. So if anything spills inside, it'll actually work its way right to the trough, and then you just come and clean it out. But it keeps whatever spills from coming out into your kitchen. We kind of thought of everything, We'll come up with more stuff, I guarantee you that. But then this also, if you walk in there, that entrance door, right at the very top, you have these slots up there. That's actually dropping air down that entrance. That works as an air dam, and it's cold air when it's actually a live unit. So anyway, that air drops down. That keeps the cold air in, the hot air out, and it also prevents bugs from flying as well. So again, we're just trying to think of everything. And by the way, it's a subtle drop of air. It's not a blast. A lot of people go, is that like one of those fly fans when I walk into the back of a market or something? No, it's just a subtle drop of air. Shelving is awesome. Each shelf holds about 250 static pounds of weight. They're just super robust. All the stainless you see inside, by the way, is 304 18-8 stainless steel. That is what's called food grade stainless steel, what we use in restaurants, because it will not build bacteria on it. Really important. It's got a very high nickel content. Then we also have RGB lighting, which is very cool. This one has the lighting in there, but we lost the remote control. What a great time to lose the remote control, right? But we lost it, but it's so cool. When that door is shut, you could set it so it defaults to like a cobalt blue, and then when you open the door, it, boom, turns white. It's just incredible. I think it's a beautiful experience again. This is really neat. So that control that you see in there, that's made in Italy by a company called Corel. It's the most expensive control you can get. They make them for commercial. They made this one special for us. This is actually mimicked on an app on your phone. So you could actually adjust your temperature, you could adjust your lighting, the alarm will go off if somebody leaves the door open. So it's an awesome feature to have in this. Plus, we monitor the system back in California, so we know what you're doing. But we monitor that system back there, so if there's a problem, we'll know about it usually before the homeowner knows about it, and we'll already start the process of dispatching somebody out to take a look at the system. Even if the door is left open, we'll send a message. We'll text the homeowner and let them know that the door is left open. Anyway, this thing is a great feature to have. And of course, that 24/7 monitoring is really key. We make 3 different configurations. Obviously, all refrigerator. We have our Dual-Temp, which is like this one here, and then you can get an all freezer unit. You can even have a walk-in freezer inside the unit. And then we also have something new called a step-in freezer. So it's just 1 foot in, and that way you could get to the corners, with one opening. So, we're just maximizing the efficiency and the usage. This is our internal freezer column, which you can see in there. This is really neat, something that we did special where we did, these are actually sub-zero freezer drawers down here below our grab-and-go door up there. This is a house in Orlando. And then, of course, you can't get one of these without the beverage center on there. So you get a 1, 2, or 3 faucet beverage dispensing that could go on the outside anywhere. You could actually fit it on the outside. We have a cart. We have drawers. We're coming out with some really nice stainless steel drawers that are going to be great. We'll have those before any project in this area goes, which is exciting. And of course the cart is really neat, so you could set that cart up, roll the cart in, have everything on there. Now you got your guests coming over, or just the husband and wife, whatever. You can wheel the cart out right to, could be the outdoor kitchen, your indoor kitchen, and you have everything right there accessible and kind of make it a nice little grab and cook type of a situation. You get different colors, powder coated wall panels on the inside. These are SmartSleeves, which if there is a stud wall in the front, you could actually use one of these SmartSleeves to bring that door out flush with the wall, which is really key for that aesthetic appeal. We have the different flooring, different types of floor. You could recess the floor down 3 inches, or you'll have a slight ramp like you see in there. But one thing that's nice is there's always a seamless transition going in. Here you got a little tiny step in stainless steel, but That's because we're just sitting on this floor, but if it's a construction, if it's a home, obviously we make that threshold custom to the thickness of whatever floor is on the outside, so it's just a seamless entry. This just talks about what a commercial looks like. I think we all know it's not a comfortable experience. This is a completely different animal. And this is a do-it-yourself system, which some people have used, but the contractor has to do everything. Even on a commercial, the contractor needs to do so much. There's hidden costs that you never take into account when you're going to put a commercial unit in, and then you don't like the commercial unit anyway because it's uncomfortable and noisy and vibrating. And then what I want to show you is just, I'm going to show you, I keep talking about that home in Sonoma, right? So I'm going to pull a video up so you could see that, really experience. The home is insanely beautiful, but then when you come around this corner, there's Qoldfusion, and you'll go right into it. Crystal did the video. Check this out. It's pretty awesome. Oh, no music. This kitchen was unbelievable. The wine was unreal. Now, we turn that corner, boom. So you can see it's fully integrated, just blends right into the kitchen. That's the grab-and-go door. And that's real food in there, by the way, not like here. It's real. There's a two-faucet beverage.
You could tap the beer stuff on there. Yeah, it's an Instagram video, but he didn't want to.
And here's your freezer column.
It's the first video on there.
It's the exact same unit that's there, but you could see it in its place, fully, installed.
And you can see there's no condensation at
By
all.
the way, that handle on the inside, that's just a safety, just to feel good. You can see it just blends in. Look at the woodwork on that. How, when a carpenter is doing that, we don't do the wood, of course. That's why this is not exactly perfect, but a finished carpenter will make that look just insanely beautiful. Okay, this is in Beverly Hills. This is actually in Bel Air, on a street called Stradella. This is a $40 million house. That is actually the Mulholland Dam, if anybody's familiar with craziness in California. But this is showing you our smallest, the smallest we could go. So we're still working on the house. So there it is right there. This is 60 by 42. You can see they still have taken the paper off, but that holds, that right there is probably about 5 times 48-inch refrigerator. Just that. So you can go small, you can go big, you can have the internal freezer column. The freezer columns, a lot of times we put them across the whole back and we make them the step in. There's a lot of different things you can do to really dial it in. So I want you to see just a different style door. And you can see that's the concealed, fully articulating hinges again. And that freezer inside is actually a walk-in freezer. It's actually like 5.5 by 5.5 inside. So it just shows you could do a lot of really unique things.
And those are grab-and-go doors on the right side, right?
Yeah, there's 3 grab-and-go doors on the right side that we actually have a video of the outside. But that just, that is basically going through the whole thing. Thank you for taking the time to watch my spiel.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.